Disclaimer: this is just fan fiction, don't take it seriously. It's just for entertainment purpose only, and there will be a voiceover in it. If you feel irritated, then mute the volume. I hope you will enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe if you like my video. Thank you. Here, the bad boy heartthrober just entered the university. As usual, all the girls started screaming their lungs out to get their attention. They all were walking, not giving attention to any of them because they know they were after them just because of their looks and money. That's why they don't give them a shit. They all were walking and the crowd was moving aside to give them space to walk, but stopped when they saw four girls standing in front of them, and there was someone, an unexpected person whom he never expected to see here. Unknown person POV. Today is the day I came back to Korea. Nobody knows in my family that I am back from Canada. I was in Canada for 5 years, and now after 5 years ago, I am back to my country in Korea. I am happy to be back but also sad because no one will care except one person, who is my dad. Well, you will get to know about all the other things later. POV end. Jimin's POV. We entered the university, and as usual, all the girls started screaming. To be honest, it was hell irritating. They always do this shit like every day, so we were now used to it and we don't care and keep moving forward. But my feet stopped when we saw four girls standing in the middle of the corridor, and one was the person I thought I would not see. It was her, YN, my sister Park YN. It's been 5 years since I last saw her, and here she's standing in front of me. But who are the other three? He thought. And what is she doing here? Wasn't she supposed to be in Canada? All of these questions were roaming inside his mind. YN's POV. Well, me and Unnis were going to the class after getting our schedule. While we were going, we heard girls screaming someone's name. But it doesn't matter. We were ready to leave, but then I heard his name and stopped at my place and turned around. I couldn't believe I was seeing him after 5 years. Well, I guess by his sudden change in behavior that he was not expecting to see me here as well. And now he was shocked and he must be thinking, what am I doing here? Then only my eyes fell on another person who was standing with him. What is he doing here? Suddenly I came out of my thoughts when Jenny only called my name. POV end. BP POV. We were going to our class, but then Ryan stopped and turned around. We did the same and we saw her looking at one of the boys whom the girls were screaming for. She was looking at him and was lost in her thoughts, so we decided to ask her. The end of BP's POV. Jenny: Hey Ryan, where are you lost? Let's go, we're getting late for our first class, she said. I looked at her and nodded. For the last time, I looked at him and went away with Unnis for the class because I don't want anyone to know that I know him. Because I guess he's quite famous over here, so I left without saying anything. I was about to go to Ryan and ask her what is she doing here. Does her mom and my dad know she is back? Both of us were looking at each other shocked. I guess she was not expecting to see me here. But before I could ask her or go to her, one of the girls from her group called her and she left from there without saying anything. Jungkook's POV. We all were walking, ignoring all the shouting and chanting all the girls were doing. Literally, I am so fed up with this. I want to tell them to stop doing all this nonsense, but I cannot since nobody else is saying it. Because we all are now used to it, so we don't say anything. We all were going to our class, but then Jimin Young stopped in the middle, and because of it, everyone stopped. He was looking in front like he was looking at something or someone. Then I also looked in front and saw them. Wait, what? What the hell are they doing over here? And why didn't they tell me they were coming? What's going on? Then I saw Ryan looking at Jimin Young, and he was doing the same. What the hell is going on over here? And what are they doing here? Do Ryan and Jimin Hyun know each other? Then Ryan's eyes fell on me. I guess she wasn't expecting me to be here. Same goes to me. She looked at me for few seconds before I could say anything. Jenny Nuna called her and she went with them after looking at us for the last time. POV end. Jin, what happened to you both? Did you saw a ghost or something? Why did you stop? Jimin and Jungkook thought of chain broke and they looked at him and shook their head. Jimin, nothing, let's go to class, we are getting late. With that, he left, leaving all the other confused. The first lecture was about to start, but my mind was filled with thinking about her. You must be wondering why we didn't talk earlier or why didn't we hug each other like other siblings do. But our story is different. We are not like other siblings. AN's POV. So I know what you must be wondering. Well, Jimin is right that their relationship is not like other siblings, and how could it be when they are stepbrother and stepsister? Well, this is the truth. Vian mother, Mrs. Haag, now known as Mrs. Park, got married to Mr. Park, who is Jimin's father. They got married 6 years ago when Jimin was 16 and Vian was 14. Yes, Vian is 2 years younger than him. Vian was a cheerful, bubbly girl who loved her mother and father. Her dad died when she was 12 years old in a car accident. And about Jimin's mother, she was killed by Mr. Park's enemies. And that time Jimin was only 10. He didn't have any idea how his mother died. His dad told him that she went through an accident, but in reality she was murdered. And Jimin got to know that when he was 13 years old, when his father was talking to someone on the phone telling them to kill the person who killed his wife. From that time, Jimin got distance from his father. As well, he became a really cold person and stopped talking with anyone. His father tried to make him understand that it was for his own good. That's why he hid the truth, but he wasn't ready to listen because he thought it was his father's fault that his mother is not with him anymore. He was blaming his father for that. From that time onwards, he stopped talking to anyone, only talks when it was necessary. And after his father got remarried with Mrs. Han, he became more angry on him, way beyond he was before. Like, how could he give another woman his mother's place and ask him to accept her as his mother? He was not ready to accept it. And about Vaya, she knew that her father died in an accident from the start. And from that day, she became a very quiet person. Like, she used to talk with others, but the cheerful girl who used to cheer always others' mood has now changed. She started being quiet most of the time and avoid talking about her family. About Vian's mother, you can say she never liked her because she thought she was the reason why her husband got distance from her. When Vian was born, her husband started giving her more attention, care, and love, which made her jealous of her own daughter. And she started ignoring her or talked to her in a harsh way, which also hurted Vian because she thought her mom doesn't love her, which is true. She was always jealous of her, thinking that she is getting all the attention not only from her husband but from everyone who come to see her or who knows her. And this jealousy turned into hatred and started growing every year, or you can say every second. Whenever she see her happy, she became more angry. That is why she was never close to her mother. Only her father's love her the most, and Vian didn't think about it much because she has her father who loved her the most, and she also loved him the most. But after her father's death, her mother became totally cold with her, never talked to her, never take her out. That is why she started being quiet and not talk to others. She was her father's princess, but still, being a child, she was naughty and sometimes act like a 2 to 3 year old kid. Now back to the present. Professor Kimchi entered the classroom and everyone stood up, wished him, and after that we all settled down on our seats and he started speaking. Professor Kimchi, so students, today we have two new students in our class. I hope you will treat them nicely since they are new here and transferred from Canada. Be good to them. Girls, come in. The two girls entered inside the classroom. Well, I know one of them is none other than Vian, and the second one is a blonde haired girl who was with her in the morning as well. Then he asked both of them to introduce themselves. Women's POV. The first one was the blonde hair girl. Well, I don't know why I am excited to know her name. But yeah, when I first saw her, I felt like my heart stopped for a second. Maybe that is the reason I am so excited to know about her. Then she started speaking. Hi everyone, I'm Park Rosie. It's nice to meet you all. Hope we get along well. Her voice is so sweet. Wait, what the hell you are thinking, Jimin? He cursed himself for thinking that way. Then it was Ryan's turn. She is standing there with a cold face. Well, I never saw her like this before. The last thing I remember was she was a really sweet and naughty girl, but now looking at her, I think I never knew her before. Then she introduced herself, saying, Ryan. Hi, I am Park Ryan. Stay away from me if you love your life. Wait, what the heck did she say right now? Is she warning everyone to stay away from her? But why? As much as I know, she loves making friends. And why is she telling everyone to stay away from her now? Rose, don't take her seriously, guys. She's always like this. Then the professor Kimchi asked them to sit down wherever they want. This whole time, Ryan was not looking at me. Is she ignoring me or something like that? But yeah, I am the only reason why she became even like that. I was a jerk back then and I said all those awful things to hurt her. I wanted to apologize to her for saying all that, but before I could, she went to Canada for her studies and now she is back. But she totally changed. I wanted to talk to her, but at the same time, I don't want to face her again. But how will I ignore her since we are in the same class? Then Ryan and Rose went and sat in the third row. Me, Jungkook, and they are sitting in the fifth row. In the whole lecture, I was staring at her. She was all focused in the lecture and was writing everything the professor was teaching us, but my mind was only on her. End of Jimin's POV, Ryan's POV. I was listening what the professor was teaching us and writing everything so that I could catch up with everything. Since we arrived a little late and the classes have already started for 1 week and we have to catch up with the syllabus, so I was all focused in the lecture, but then I felt someone has been staring at me for a long time. I already know who it was but tried to ignore him, but he was still staring at me, so I looked at the back and yes, I was right, it was him staring at me. And when I saw him, he didn't even look away. He was still staring. I wanted to tell him that just do your work and mind your own business, stop staring at me, but I couldn't because he was sitting away and I was sitting away, so I just focused on the lecture again, forgetting about him. End of Ryan's POV. Time skip. After 4 lectures, it was lunchtime. Everyone packed their stuff and headed outside of the class, went to the cafeteria to have their lunch, so me and Rose did the same as well. Jungkook's POV. I was waiting for the right time to talk to them, and I saw them leaving after the class got over. I wanted to talk to her so badly, but since Hyung was also with me, I couldn't do that, so I thought to wait for a little more, and when I got a chance, I will talk to them. With that, we also left the classroom, going to the cafeteria to meet others since they are senior and we are junior. End of Jungkook's POV. To sing Blackpink. There are 4 girls in the group Blackpink. First, the oldest, Kim Jisoo, then the second oldest, Kim Jenny. Well, both of them are sisters. Then we have Park Rose and the second youngest, and last but not the least, Park Ryan, also known as Lisa, the smallest in the group. Where Rose and Ryan both are of the same age, but Rose is bigger from Ryan by months, and Jisoo and Jenny both are twins, but Jisoo is 1 minute older than Jenny. BTS introduction. There are 7 members in BTS. The oldest member is Kim Seojin. Then we have Min Yoongi. Both Jin and Yoongi are of the same age. Then John Hyosuk and Kim Namjoon, both of the same age. Then we have Park Jimin and Kim Taeyong, same age. And the youngest member John Jungkook. Jin, Namjoon and Taeyong are both all the 3 Kim brothers. All the members are close to each other and share everything with each other. Even all of them live together in the same mansion with each other without their parents. They always take care of each other in their good and bad. And also nobody knows that they are mafias. Only the underground people world know that they are mafias, and Jimin is the mafia king since Mr. Park was also the mafia king before them. Back to the story. In the cafeteria, here, Blackpink was sitting on their table having their lunch peacefully while talking to each other. Then all the girls started shouting again and they got to know that BTS are coming. They all looked at the direction from where they were coming and all the girls were shouting, but they didn't care and came to their seat and started talking to each other. Taeyong, yeah, Jimin, where are you lost? I'm noticing it since morning. Is something bothering you? You know that you can tell us anything. What's the matter? Jin, yes, they is right. I also noticed you're spacing out. What is going on in your mind? Share it with us. Jimin signed. Jimin, it's nothing, guys. I was just thinking about something. He was about to speak further but got cut by Suga. Suga, something or someone. Everyone frowned, including Jimin. Jimin thought that maybe he got to know or he noticed something. Jimin, it's nothing like that. I wasn't thinking about anyone, just some random thoughts. Anyways, I am hungry. Let's order something to eat. He said it to change the topic. Jin, okay, yeah, guys, tell me what you wanna eat. I'll bring it. After telling Jin what they want to eat, Jin and Taeyong left to take their order. Time skip after bringing the food. They started eating while Jimin was looking at Blackpink's table from time to time. Well, till now you must have guessed that others BTS member don't know that they both are siblings because Jimin never talked about Ryan with anyone till now. They only know that he has a stepsister, but they have never met her or seen her before, so no one has a single clue that Ryan is Jimin's sister. Ryan was talking with others while having a little smile on her face. After 5 years, he was seeing her smiling and how the smile was still so beautiful. Jimin thought. Jin, by the way, guys, do you know that the two girls from earlier are in our class? The girl with black hair is Kim Jisoo and the second one with the little brown hair is Kim Jenny. Both of them are sisters and I don't know about the other two. I heard their group name is called Blackpink. Taeyong, well, I know the other two members' name because they are in our class. The girl with the blonde hair is name is Park Rose and the other one is Park Ryan. RM, are they both also sister? He asked to Tay, I don't know. Then they continued eating until RM saw Jimin was again looking at Blackpink's table, so he decided to ask him. And then the question he asked made Jimin choke on his food hardly. RM, yeah, Jimin, don't tell me that you like the new girl Ryan, he asked. When he said that, Jimin choked on his food hardly. Other passed him glass of water to drink it because he was coughing a lot after hearing it. J-Hope, yeah, I think not only Jimin but also I noticed Jungkook was staring at the same girl you were talking about. But don't tell me you both fell in love with the same girl and this time it was Jungkook who choked on his banana milk.